I have invisibility and infravision. I should be able to see everything while staying completely hidden, right? In Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, that is a dangerous assumption. In 1st edition, light and vision are not just flavor. They are survival mechanics that can betray you just as easy as they can save you. Welcome to another DragonLance Saga episode. My name is Adam, and today I'm going to shine a light on vision, stealth, and invisibility in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons. I'd like to take a moment and thank the DL Saga members and Patreon patrons, and invite you to consider becoming a member or patron. You can even pick up Advanced Dungeons & Dragons and DragonLance Media, or get $10 by signing up to StartPlaying.Games using my affiliate links. I'm referencing the Player's Handbook and the Dungeon Master's Guide for this information. If I leave anything out or misspeak, please leave a comment below. In Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, the dungeon is a living environment where the human visual spectrum is a liability. Because mapping and exploration requires light, players often rely on devices that illuminate their surroundings. However, every light source is a trade-off. A standard torch illuminates a 40-foot radius, but only lasts for 6 turns, exactly 1 hour. A lantern has a smaller 30-foot radius, but burns fine oil for 24 turns. If you need distance, the Bullseye Lantern casts a beam 80 feet long, but it's only 10 feet wide, meaning you might miss something lurking just outside that narrow path. One of the most iconic light sources in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons is the magical weapon. A magic dagger sheds light in a 10-foot radius, a short sword 15 feet, and a long sword a full 20 feet. These provide infinite illumination, which sounds like a dream for an adventurer, but as we will see, permanent light can be a curse for a character trying to use their natural racial abilities. This brings us to infravision, the ability to see radiation in the infrared spectrum. This is how dungeon-dwelling monsters and certain player races navigate the dark. It isn't night vision in the modern sense. It is heat sensing. Warm things appear bright, cool things are gray, and very cold things are black. While standard infravision extends to 60 feet, dungeon monsters often have a range of 120 feet. But here's the catch. Infravision is incredibly delicate. Any light source shedding illumination on the viewer, including that glowing magical sword, immediately spoils the effect. Even great heat can ruin it. If you've been using a torch and put it out, it takes 2 full segments for your eyes to adjust back to the infrared spectrum. Furthermore, infravision isn't perfect. If everything in the room is the same temperature, it might look completely blank. A thief hiding in shadows is actually visible to infravision unless it has a heat source or a very cold object to mask their body's thermal signature. Then, there is ultravision, the ability to see in the ultraviolet spectrum. This is less about heat and more about picking up the radiation that hits the earth at night. Outdoors, it's like seeing in twilight, clear to 100 yards and dim to 300. But indoors, ultravision is useless without a source of ultraviolet emanation. Just like infravision, a glowing magic weapon will spoil your ultravision immediately. Now, let's talk about the invisible thief. Many players think being invisible makes them a ghost. It doesn't. Invisibility doesn't mask sound, and it certainly doesn't mask odor. A door opening for no reason or dust rising from the floor will betray you instantly. Furthermore, a ring or spell of invisibility does not mask light. If an invisible character is carrying a lit torch, the light from the torch is perfectly visible, bobbing through the air, a terrifying sight for any monster. Invisibility also has a failure rate. High-level or highly intelligent creatures have a literal percentage chance to detect invisible beings by noting shimmering air, keen hearing, or a sharp sense of smell. For example, a creature with 15 hit die and an intelligence of 17 or higher has a 95% chance to detect you every single round. Even if they detect you, they still suffer a -4 penalty to hit you, but the shroud of safety is gone. This is why silent movement and hiding in shadows are distinct from magic. A thief moving silently has a percentage chance to be absolutely silent. If successful, they have an improved chance to surprise opponents or slip past them. However, as the Dungeon Master Guide points out, the DM should never tell the thief if they succeeded. The character thinks they are being quiet, they only find out they failed when the monster turns around. Hiding in shadows is even more restrictive. It is never possible under direct observation. As the DMG bluntly puts it, if a thief tries to hide while a monster is looking at them, they are as obvious as a coal pile in a ballroom. It's a function of blending into dark areas and remaining perfectly motionless. Finally, there is a simple act of listening at doors. To do this properly, a character must remove their helmet or headgear to press an ear against the surface. And even here, moving silently to the door is key to ensure you aren't heard while you're trying to hear. Light and vision in AD&D are about the friction between human limitations and magical advantages. Do you force the party to stay in the dark to preserve the elf's infravision? Or do you light the torches and hope the monsters don't see you coming from 80 feet away? That is all the time I have to talk about light and vision today. If you have a favorite story of a light source revealing the party at the worst time, share it in the comments below. I'd like to take a moment and remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, ring the bell to get notified about upcoming videos, and click the like button. This all goes to help other Dragonlance fans learn about this channel and its content. Thank you for watching. This has been Adam with Dragonlance Saga, and until next time, remember, the secret we should never let the Game Master know is that they don't need any rules.